Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
In May 2023, in Oaxaca, Mexico, the International Meeting of Indigenous Language was held to exchange experience in revitalizing these languages. Kaimana Barcase, CS Board Chair, tell us about the learning and challenges of this exchange.
Aloha nui mai kākou, waho ike o Kaimana o Nandee Barcase ni hawa ike ia. He kama no ka moko ke ave e no na e no ka moko ko e ka iwi o ku umau kupuna, ma ka awa o ku umau kukane. Noho au ma ke ia kulana o ke alakai o ka papalakai o culture survival. Ua pomai ka ke kono i ana e noho pū me ke kime o culture survival ma ke ia aina nani a ko'i o Oaxaca. Aloha, my name is Kaimana Barcase, and I'm blessed and privileged to be able to serve on the board of Culture Survival as the board chair, and equally grateful to be invited here to participate in this wonderful language events here in Oaxaca, where we are all working together internationally for the health and well-being and the revitalization of our indigenous languages, of our indigenous tongue. In my case, it's our Olelo Hawaii, our Hawaiian language.
What do you think were the most important knowledges from this meeting?
You know, when thinking about what was the most important knowledge that I've experienced or found or witnessed at this event, it really isn't any specific one thing, one technique, one methodology to do something, but it is really the connection to indigenous peoples from around the world, understanding each other's context, understanding each other's fights, where we can help them, where they can help us. It's really about the opportunity to connect globally that will have impacts locally. What can we take back to Hawaii that we've learned from here that will help our people? And what have we done and shared here that will help someone else? And then creating that energy, that synergy, and that connection to hopefully one day be able to stand 5-10 years from now to see how our work has supported each other and to see how our languages have grown.
Were there any challenges? What is your opinion of what you have experienced here?
You know, I think the biggest challenge for me, and it really wasn't a challenge, it's just more of a shortcoming on my side, was not being able to communicate in other languages. But at the same time, I've had many conversations with people trying to speak a little bit of Spanish or a little bit of their language if you understand a little bit, or vice versa, but really communicating not just with the ears, but with the heart. And then bringing other people into the conversation that can help us. So, you know, there are challenges, but as always, we find ways to turn those challenges into opportunities.
In addition, Kaimana is one of the beginners of Cultural Survival's Indigenous Rights Radio. Now, he mentioned that he feels inspired by the work done so far.
You know, I for one, I'm really grateful and appreciative of where Indigenous Rights Radio has gone. Yes, I was there when we created Indigenous Rights Radio, but I really believe it was our collective ancestors that made that happen. You know, it wasn't something that we had planned on. We were doing other work around radio production for UNDRIP and for FPEC, and people just started sharing their stories with us. And as we know, when people share stories, if we accept them, then we have responsibility for them, especially since they wanted us to share it. And to see that and know that you are a small part of the genealogy of Indigenous Rights Radio, it's really humbling. But to see where it has gone and where it's grown to, and where it has yet to go, it's also inspiring.
Finally, Kaimana tells us the highlights of this event, and he mentioned it is a great start to work on exchange on indigenous languages.
I think this event has been great. It's a great start, and I think there's many ways that we can evolve it and improve it. And when I say improve it, it's kind of funny saying it in English, because when you say improve, it almost assumes that there was something that was deficient. And that's not my intention. I don't believe there's anything deficient here. But there's so many suggestions, so many desires that are coming from the people that we can always improve that and evolve that. All of these suggestions that we have, at least the ones I've heard, has never come in the form of a complaint. It's come in the form of gratitude for what we have and a desire for what else they want to see. Simple things like, we've been talking and doing work about language. But the first 2 days we had a ceremony. The second day, was more impromptu. People want to see the ceremony every day because it puts us in that right frame of thought. So, with this, it's been wonderful, and I can only see it growing and getting better and better. But one of the things that I think we really need to do, especially in this International Decade of Indigenous Languages, right, is to have these at a consistent pace. Have these often, perhaps in different lands, perhaps asking other peoples to host. I think we'd love to host in Hawaii for one, so that we can share, so we can see each other's growth along the way. This is I think just this is a great start, one of many to come.
For more information, visit culturalsurvival.org.